All right, Vesters. This is Tony Talks Vested Up Lunch Teaser. So we're going to break down the complex story regarding Shedeur Sanders and the NFL trade rumors. Is this just a PR stunt? Is this all about business? Or does this trade rumor has legs? That's what I'm going to address today. Hold on. I caught myself. This is what we need to address today. Was all of this hype, was it just a PR move that the Cleveland Browns saw fit where they can beat their chest? And they say, hey, people is calling us about Shedeur Sanders because y'all, guess what? We went from many OTAs, the mandatory minicamp, and now trade rumors. So what happened in the mere of 2 weeks? I think that Cleveland Browns is just beating their chest. If not, they definitely going to fumble what Shedeur Sanders bring in his talent, his character. He has no character flaws, and the quality that he brings to the locker room, the leadership he brings to the locker room, and the young man himself. And let's not count us out, the fan base. So once again, we haven't heard nothing else. So I'm going back. I'm going to lean heavy on just being a PR stunt that, hey, they were just flexing their muscles. You know how it is when you get a new car and everybody asks you where it's been and, hey, are you going to drive it? Can I get it from you? I think this is what it is. But if not, they're going to mismanage this fortune that they got right now. They're going to mismanage this. And then also, if they want us to play the game, if Tony, what's his name? Rizzo, the other Tony, want us to go ahead and get prepared for Shedeur Sanders to lead the Cleveland Browns, well, let's just go ahead and consider that. Yeah, investors, let's just go ahead and consider that. My girl, what she said, sports, she said it's 3 teams. Yesterday, she said it was confirmed that 3 teams was calling the Browns for the availability of Shedeur Sanders. So just go ahead and let's just play devil's advocate, because if it is true, we're going to have to trade gears anyway. And you see this ad right here? It'll be somewhere in another, let's say, box out in the storage house. That's all I'm saying. But I may just go ahead and write Shedeur Sanders' name on the lid of it and just say at least I was a Cleveland Browns fan at least one time, right? But if they want to go ahead and us to consider this, we finna play devil's advocate. I did some homework. So let's go ahead and start this show. So make sure you go ahead and get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because you over here, Tony Talks Vested Up, compelling sports edge, this lunch teaser. I'm going to get you in, I'm going to get you out. I'm going to keep you long, but I ain't going to keep you wrong, okay? Let's go ahead and start. And y'all, before I get into that news, I got 2 topics. Y'all, it's going to come quick. Hold your notes, your drink, and your vest. If Peter Supernatural in here is too early to be drinking, come on with it. Y'all, this is what we was looking for. All these smiles. We left week 18. We just knew week 18. After week 18, Kevin Stefanski got fired. That means that the Cleveland Browns, they saw value over Kevin Stefanski for Shedeur. Let me rephrase that. They saw more value in Shedeur Sanders than Kevin Stefanski. That's why he got fired. And now you telling us that they may trade him? All right, cool. Let's keep going. But this is where we was. After week 18, we were smiling and glossing. And then a few weeks after this, he went to the Pro Bowl. Remember, I told you, I can multitask and handle several different topics at the same time. But then he went to the Pro Bowl, and we were just happy and gleaning. And then we went into the combine. That's when Todd Monken said, hey, he see elite skills in Shedeur Sanders. That's what I'm saying. That's what we talking about. And then it came up to the draft. We already know all those stories. Oh, the Cleveland Browns is going to draft a quarterback. Not in round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6. That's my boys Taylor Green, and 7. So he's like, we know Shedeur got this thing solidified. And then the next story, there's a Deshaun Watson may start. And now Shedeur Sanders may get traded. All right, if they want us to go down that road, I'm going to tell you exactly what I found. Let's keep going. Because if we need to free Shedeur Sanders too, we're going to say, go Cleveland Browns, if you don't want Shedeur Sanders, hold on. If you don't want Shedeur Sanders, definitely go ahead and let him go. And do it early enough so he can go ahead and get his new jersey number And whatever team that is looking to go ahead and get Shedeur Sanders, trade for Shedeur Sanders, make sure that number 2 is available. Or if it's not available, you need to go in and talk to that player and tell them they got to give up number 2 when Shedeur Sanders into the locker room, because we got to have our jerseys before the first preseason game. I want my jersey. Well, most definitely before week 1, but I want my Shedeur Sanders jersey. So Cleveland Browns, if you're going to let him go, go ahead and let him go, because I want my jersey. I need to buy my new jersey, right? Now, before we get into the topics, hey, rest in peace, the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Today would have been, I think, the 17th year since his passing. Woo! Y'all know this was another black man that they railroad, the injustices that they did to Michael Jackson, and come to find out Michael Jackson was helping those kids escape from the Ediphiles Island. But rest in peace, King. It took a while, but your name is getting clear. Rest in peace, King. Rest in peace, Michael. And wink, wink, if you did, let's say, fake your death so that you can have a life of peace, a normal life, and you're somewhere out there in that world, I hope you live in happy. I hope you live in happy and continue to stay low, because this world is just getting worse. So, in life or death, we wish you the well, King, okay? Let's keep going. Now, I got some bad news. Y'all, this is no lie. 20 minutes before this live, I was on the phone with a friend in North Carolina that has contacts with the Panthers wire and know some people behind the scenes with the Carolina Panthers team, y'all. There is no lie. And matter of fact, this article just came out, I'm going to say maybe, 20 minutes ago or 20 hours ago, something to that magnitude. Jimmy Horn may get cut. Y'all, that Jimmy Horn is not going to Jimmy Horn is not going to I'm not sure, but Jimmy Horn may be cut, not traded, cut from the Carolina Panthers roster. So that's another player that we need to watch out for, because if Shedeur Sanders is going to stay with the Cleveland Browns, I hope the Cleveland Browns have enough money to at least pull Jimmy Horns over there to the Cleveland Browns and add him to that wide receiver room. As you know, it's 14 wide receivers over there. None of the wide receivers has been cut. So I hope, if not the Cleveland Browns, some other team has room for Jimmy Horn to be on their roster. But right now, the story is coming out and it's picking up. There's a lot of North Carolina, a lot of Carolina Panthers websites and podcasters. They're now reporting that Jimmy Horn may not make the roster. So keep your head up, Jimmy. Keep your head up, Jimmy. Now, here we go. Now, like I said, this is where we were. Todd Monken was speaking highly on Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken was speaking high on Shedeur Sanders at the end of mandatory minicamp. So once again, I say, okay, if they want us to play this game, if they are letting it out that they're getting calls regarding Shedeur Sanders' availability, it's not that the Cleveland Browns is reaching out to other teams to see if they're interested in Shedeur Sanders, but they definitely let us know, or Tony Grossi just made it up, or whatever the case may be. It came out that other teams were calling the Cleveland Browns to check on Shedeur's availability because they feel like the Browns is about to stumble, okay? So let's go ahead and play that game. Let's go ahead and play this game. And before that, y'all, this right here, y'all remember this right here? Sorsby. Y'all remember Sorsby? Well, now, because he didn't get picked up for the supplemental draft, y'all, guess what? Him and his agent, Sorsby and his agent, now guess what they're trying to do now, right? They're talking about suing the NFL because the NFL did not hold an NFL supplemental draft. You hear me right. Sorsby and his agent is upset that they rejected his application and they didn't even hold an NFL supplemental draft. So y'all, now he is, and his agent, there's rumors on the street that he's about to sue the NFL. Listen, Sorsby, I know you think you got the complexion for the protection, but right now the NFL got too much on their plate to be entertained with this right here. So if you want to go ahead and push your luck and sue the NFL, sir, you got another thing coming. You have another thing coming, young man. You will never enter the NFL. They have already told you in that letter, and they kept stressing the words integrity of the game. Shout out to you, NFL, just one time. You don't want no, they basically said, no, you got an issue. Our team, the NFL team, we didn't have time to actually go through your records and do our due diligence to find out exactly what's going on. So they said, hey, you may have a possible, chance to get drafted in the 2027 draft. It is what it is. But Sorsby now is claiming to a rumor to be wanting to file a lawsuit against the NFL. Oh my gosh, the audacity of it all. Now let's go ahead and see these these other potential. Let's see. We're gonna play devil's advocate. Let's go ahead and see here. Since they want us to consider, a rumor is it's the Jets, the 49ers, and the Cardinals, right? I'm not even going to entertain the Packers. I don't see that happening. But this is what I dug up in my due diligence, calls that NFLPA Report Card. Now, let's just go ahead and see if Shedeur Sanders. Oh, don't get stuck. Oh, this right here, before I get into that. This article was written May the 15th. When Deion Sanders had basically said, let me go right here. Deion Sanders opens up about the Browns' leadership and Shedeur Sanders' future. Coach Prime strongly praised the Browns' general manager Andrew Berry and head coach Todd Monken while discussing Shedeur Sanders' role in Cleveland. Y'all see the date? That was May 15th. And you mean to tell me 60 days later, trade rumors about Shedeur Sanders we should be focusing on? Okay, well, let's just see. But if this is so dirty, Coach Prime spoke highly about Andrew Berry, Todd Monken, and I'm pretty sure he was giving grace also to Jimmy Haslem in that interview that he did with G. Bush. Basically, that's what the article is talking about, that he opened up to G. Bush about his feelings about Shedeur Sanders, how he handles adversities and challenges, and he was looking forward to a quarterback competition. But let's go ahead. Here's what my homework showed right here, y'all. Let me go in and give it to you raw. Now, if Shedeur Sanders went to the Jets, oh my gosh, look where they're looking. Overall, this is the 2025 NFLPA ranking. The Jets is 29th in the league, right? Let me go and blow this up right here. Now, let me go in and read this right here. Let me show you who, if he goes to the Jets. Let me go and read this right here. Okay. All right, this come from the, let's see right here. Let me share my window real quick so you can see exactly what I'm reading for it. And then I'm going to drop it back down because I don't want StreamYard to get kind of funky. And let me see if it stays. But yeah, the Jets is ranked number 29 in the league. If they want us to go ahead and play this game, let's go ahead and play this game here, right? Let's see here. Let it come up. There it is. Let me go ahead and change the windows. Hold on. Let me go ahead and change this right here. All right, here we go. It says, overall, the New York Jets dropped from 21st last year to 29th overall this season. Rather than addressing the concerns, players believe that management responded to the feedback by making conditions worse. Now, we are looking at this just in case Shedeur Sanders go to the Jets. So we need to see exactly what he's walking into. Now, if Shedeur Sanders go to the Jets, I definitely think he's definitely going to be walking into a QB1 position automatically. But we need to see also what else he's walking into, okay? For example, after receiving low grades for their food program last year, the Jets players felt like the team cut the food budget and did not retain their long-time dietitian who was previously their highest rated staff member. You mean to tell me that the Jets player rated their chef over head coach, training staff, medical staff? Let's keep reading. Notably, that former dietitian took a full-time role with the Kansas Chiefs. This is why we need to consider where Shedeur Sanders is going, contributing to the significant improvements in their food programs and dietitian grades. So the Jets, it seemed like the Jets only had a good chef in the kitchen, and the Jets let him go cut the budget, and basically he went to the Kansas Cities, and then come to find out their food and dietitian grades increased, y'all. Surprisingly, when asked what needs the most improvement, the Jets players overwhelmingly pointed to the food program, although they are complimentary of their new dietitian. They also cited perceived top leadership issues. So you mean to tell me Shedeur Sanders, if he get traded to the Jets, he's going to be walking once again into leadership issues? Let me keep reading. With some describing issues as a top-down problem. Y'all, the Cleveland Browns I'm just going to go ahead and just assume that they did that in this year when they let Kevin Stefanski go and Paul DePodesta stepped away. They was clearing up that. But now you mean to tell me Shedeur Sanders may get drafted to the Jets and walk into the same issue? The Jets ownership grades dropped from a B minus to an F, with Woody Johnson receiving the league's lowest owner score for contributing to a positive team culture. So y'all, I know Shedeur Sanders, if he get drafted to the Jets, traded to the Jets, he may definitely walk into that QB1 position. But look at the issues he'll be walking into. Hold on. Come on, Scream, y'all. Just stay with me. Treatment of families, -C. Fooding and dining area, -C, C-. Treatment of family, C-. Nutrition, B+. Locker room, D+. The same as the Cleveland Browns. Training room, C. Training staff, C. Weight room, C+. Strengthening coach, B. Travel team, C+. Better than the Cleveland Browns. Head coach is B, okay, and team ownership, which is F. So you mean to tell me by the categories, they're ranked 24, 29, 13, 26, 28, 29, 26, 29, 24, 25th, 32. So Andrew Berry, did you really build around Shedeur Sanders? Because you did awesome in the draft this year. Andrew Berry, I really think you want to keep Shedeur Sanders. I really do. I really do. So please do what you need to do behind the scenes to keep Shedeur Sanders. As long as y'all going to treat him right. I think y'all going to treat him right because he's, by worst case scenario, he's QB2. Worst case scenario, he's QB2. So, and then you already said Andrew Berry and the team, and if the rumor is true, so scratch what I said, if the rumor is true, Deshaun Watson is going to get six games out of 17. That's only 35% of the schedule to prove himself. After that, the torch is going to be handed to Shedeur Sanders. So Cleveland Brown, don't be stupid. Don't be trade happy. Don't do that. Myles Garrett. Okay, you got a Jarrett verse. Don't trade for nothing else. Don't trade Shedeur Sanders for no other player that you know about or any future picks, because you don't know what you're going to get in those picks. We're trying to help you, Andrew Berry, Jimmy Haslem. Okay, Todd Monken, you don't even have this much power right now because you just getting there, okay? Okay, so that's what the Jets look like, y'all. So let me go here. Let me go ahead and close this right here. Let's go ahead to the next team. Let's go ahead and go to the next team. This is the 49ers. So this is the 49ers. So let's just say, let me go to the comments real quick and see what the comments are saying. I'm only been on here 20 minutes. I'm rocking. Hold on. pause. Let's go ahead and see what the investors' business input is and observation of this trade rumor. Let's go ahead. What's up, Lady E? How you doing? Justine. How you doing? What's up, SDP1208? Listen, I can even tell y'all what's going on before I even click your name. What's up, Mel? Hey, thank you, sweetie, for being double vested up with me. And you too, SDP1201 and Justine and Lady E, double vested up with me. Lunchroom chat, come on with it. Greetings to y'all. What's up, CJ? Hey, I got your email. I'm going to do that tonight. Thank you, too, for being double vested up with me. What's up, CJ? Yeah, those teams are asking for him, so I pray he gets... Damn, you want to get out of Cleveland? Well, not to the Jets based off that report card. Lord, that report card was bad. What's up, Sharon? What's going on, Sharon? Lady E. Oh, if you're talking about Jimmy Horn, yeah. Well, just like the Cleveland Browns highly upgraded their locker room, and I forgot to state why. So thank you for bringing that up, Lady E. Wink, wink. The reason why they're talking about that Jimmy Horn may not make the 53-man roster is because of the wide receivers they picked up this year in the 2026 draft. They have, just like we have Casey Concepcion and also Denzel Boston, they picked up some excellent wide receivers also in the second round, third round, fourth round. And with Jimmy Horn being the sixth round, do you see how that plays in terms of the roster slots? So with Jimmy being downgraded because he got caught up in that collusion last year and being drafted at 6th versus 2nd or 3rd, is hurting his chances of staying on the 53-man roster. Now they may keep him. Now I hope the Carolina Panthers keep him on, at least on the practice squad. But on the practice squad, another team can come and grab him. So I hope if that happened, there's other teams just waiting for Jimmy Horn to either get put on the practice squad or cut. But I really hope that Jimmy stays in Carolina with the Panthers. So Slim081, you need to pick up the phone and make it happen. Yeah, Sharon. Let Jimmy Horn go to the let JJ. You're right, Sharon. Let Jerry Jeudy go to the Panthers and Jimmy Horn. I would take that. Hey, Andrew, do you see what the investors, how we over here? Do you hear how this crowd is working? Because think about it. If Jerry Jeudy is causing the Cleveland Browns, let's say about $20 to $30 million this year, right? That means the Carolina Panther will absorb that, and then we can absorb Jimmy's Horn 6th round contract, which is about $850,000 along with Taylor Green, right? That's what they're making. So thank you for that. Sharon. Carolina Panthers, Andrew Berry. If you want to get rid of Jimmy Horn, and we definitely want to get rid of Jerry Jeudy, just swap J5 for JJ and everybody happy, Andrew Berry. Andrew Berry, I know you watch this channel. Listen out for Jimmy Horn, because it is strong articles, podcasters, the Panther Why, that was a real article that Jimmy Horn will not make the 53-man roster. We need to get ahead of that. But thank you for that. Oh, Lord, the Jets are bad as Browns. Yes. I don't think the Browns would trade Shedeur. Yeah, I hope it's just a PR stunt, just to, you know how even owners got egos. They probably just want to flex and say, hey, we got so many calls about Shedeur Sanders. But if not, we finna go see exactly what's rumored where he may land. But I hope it's just a, Jimmy Haslem is, he want to flex. They like to flex too. I hope it's just a flex call and rumor, okay? What's up, 420? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Aries, Son, Harold, Tony, Mars in chat. Yes. Rizzo need a clickbait, right? And a lot of people are saying that maybe he got more than what he bargained for, because even if listen, if the other Tony Grossi did that just to get clickbait and he started that story, he opened up a can of worms for the Cleveland Browns. Because what if the Cleveland Browns never said this? We have to consider, what if the Cleveland Browns never said this, or Jerry Jeudy or Joe Patino just wanted to pick up the phone and stir something up? What if the Cleveland Browns never said this at all? But if it's true, we definitely going to look at the second team that Shedeur Sanders may go to, which is the San Francisco 49ers. You better call them, because we want Jimmy. Exactly. Take Dollar General and Judas. Yes, go ahead and give him that package deal. Man, the Carolinas ain't going to want no dealing. Trade Jeudy for Jimmy Horn. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, watch out. He said, hold on. You finna pick up the phone now? You finna pick up the phone? I'm sorry, Detroit. Listen, let's go ahead and look at the second team report card, okay? Now, my only issue with this, I know that Brock Purdy is there, right? Brock Purdy is there, and I thought Brock Purdy was actually older than Shedeur Sanders, and he is, but only by 2 years. So that means he's still young too, and you saw what Brock Purdy did last year. So that means Shedeur Sanders would basically still be sitting in a QB1, a QB2 slot, but he would definitely be back up to Brock Purdy. Because trust me, the people is not calling and checking on Shedeur Sanders' availability, not to for oh gosh, I'm stuttering now. Quarterback 3 or quarterback 4 position. They're calling him for a potential backup or a start. Because hey, Cleveland Browns, if you want to play crazy and let Shedeur Sanders go, I get him. So let's go ahead and look at the Cleveland, the San Francisco 49ers report card. So overall, they do have an A, they're 8th out of the league. Out of 32 teams, 8 overall is the overall rating, right? Okay, so I got through all of the, okay, good. Oh, good. I got through all of the comments. All right, y'all. Overall, the 49ers rank 8 overall, receiving high marks for ownership. Good. Coaching staff, strength staff, and a food program. Players consistently point to the team's strong culture as its greatest strength. Hey, what she said sports, I may need to go back over there and go back to my original answer, because I said the 49ers, but then I thought about the depth chart. But based off this, if Shedeur Sanders get traded to anybody, I would rather for him to go to the 49ers, even though he's going to be QB 2, right? While they do provide, while they do provide daycare, they are one of only 2 teams that charge players for the service. Ouch. Well, okay. But at least they ain't out there in the tent with the Cleveland Browns, because the family members for the Cleveland Browns don't even have a place for daycare and for the family. All right, so an area for improvements is offering the benefit free of charge, as most teams do. But hell, if I got to pay for it, let's see here. Treatment of family, B+. Food, dining area, A. Nutrition, dietitian, B+. Locker room, B. Training room, B-. Training staff, B-. Weight room, A-. Strength coach, A. Team travel, A. Head coach, A. Team ownership, A. So in terms of the ranks, you got 10th, 4th, 10th, 15th, 21st, 25th in terms of training staff. Okay, 12th, 9th, 8th, 10th, and 12th. I'll take that. Because once Brock Purdy goes down, Shedeur Sanders is going to come in. But hold on, y'all. So remember, they only complain about the paying for the daycare. But guess what? Let's go ahead and read this little blurb right here. And it's not bad. Look at this, y'all. The treatment of family. You mean to tell me that these players are mad because they get charged $40 per child? Let's read this. The 49ers offer daycare during home games. However, they are one of only 2 teams that charge players $40 per child to use it. The 49ers provide a family room during home games. That means to say that Deion Sanders, Shiloh, and everybody else in the family, and once Shedeur Sanders get a wife or get kids, they don't have to sit out in no tent. They actually got a family room and they got daycare. And you mean to tell me $40? The players are complaining about $40 per child. That should be an A+. That means they got somebody actually watching the kids in the daycare. The parents don't have to worry about the babies sitting in the family room. Come on with it. Players rate the post-game family room area 7.22 out of 10. Okay, ranking them 20 out of 32 teams. I wonder what other teams got better family rooms than that. But y'all see this. So I'm going to go back to what she said sports and put the 49ers, because also Deion Sanders played for the 49ers, so I can see that. Let me see what you said, and then we're going to go over the last team. I suppose Jimmy Haslem. Oh, I support Jimmy Horn, and we would take Jeudy. Hold on. I don't know with the JH. C-Sim, you got to do with the JH. But my Panthers will have to put him on the practice squad. Jerry Jeudy. You better put Jerry on the practice squad. Let's see here. Side note. The Vestas, you were trying to figure out yes, WheelMens fashion guy is the one that said, even before the rumor came out, thank you so much, Mel. God dang. Yes, that is the Vestas name I was trying to figure out the other day, the WheelMens fashion guy. Do y'all remember roughly about 2 weeks ago, we were in the live going over the interview that Shedeur Sanders had with, I forgot the podcaster name. And at the end of that live, when we found out about Carmelo Anthony's guilty verdict, and then all of a sudden, WheelMens fashion guy came out the blue, nobody asked nothing. He said that Deshaun Watson would get 8 games, Shedeur Sanders would get 8 games, and the last 2 games they would figure out who they wanted you to play. And I said, WheelMens family fashion guy, we don't got time for that. Stop playing around. We don't got time for that. And he got quiet. And then now we're hearing that it will be a split between Deshaun Watson 6 games, Shedeur Sanders 6 games. I'm sorry, Deshaun Watson 6 games, Shedeur Sanders get the rest of the games. That's if it's true. Right? But thank you so much, Mailman, for doing your due diligence. Thank you for that, Mailman. Last time they said that Flacco was gone. This time it may be Deshaun or Judas. I don't trust him. And listen, this is one thing we need to be happy about. They're calling for Shedeur Sanders. That means they're not calling for Deshaun Watson. So the Cleveland Browns need to consider that, because there's no teams out there interested in Deshaun Watson. So why? Okay, 6 games. But don't trade Shedeur Sanders. Nobody is calling for Deshaun Watson. So why would you give up the only valuable quarterback on your team? Because Dylan Gabriel is not it. And Taylor Green will be a solidified quarterback too, but he's not there yet. So why would you give up your only valuable quarterback for this year for a trade? Man, keep Shedeur Sanders. I got too much gear. Y'all got too much gear. We're too invested in this. Now, if we have to pick up and go, we have to pick up and go. But we're too invested in this, okay? Hold on. Let me get my charger. Hold on. Think about what I'm saying. It's too much going on. I know they're not going to be this stupid. I just know they're not going to be this crazy. But if they want to play crazy, we're going to consider. You're right, Peter Supernatural. The only thing about California is those excessive taxes. They will eat Shedeur Sanders up. You know, I covered that in the Pro Bowl and after the Pro Bowl. Whoo! California. That's why Myles Garrett, once again, if you don't remember what I said in that live, when Myles Garrett went over to the LA Rams, $20 million of additional money that he lost because of taxes. So if Myles Garrett is only getting paid $30 million this year, that means he'll lost 66.7% of his earnings this year just by going to California. Oh gosh, let's go to the last team. But you're right, Peter Supernatural. What's up, Peter? Sharon, Judas better be ready for training camp because those rookies coming. Right. While he's out there running his right. he needs to be worrying about his stats this year because Jeudy is in his last year of his contract along with Deshaun Watson. And guess what, y'all? You don't hear about no teams calling for Jeudy. See, while Jeudy is trying to bury and dig a grave for Shedeur Sanders, he's not paying attention that nobody is not calling the Browns for him. Jeudy. Nobody's calling for you, bruh. And nobody's calling for Deshaun Watson. Once again, Jeudy, the Cleveland Browns, rumor or not, is saying that nobody is calling regarding your availability. Knowing that the Cleveland Browns have a very stressed out wide receiver room. It's dense in there. 14 wide receivers, and I don't know if one of the 14 has been released yet. Nobody's calling for your availability. So think on that, Jerry. While you out here running your mouth, while you out here being nasty, nobody's calling for you, Jerry. The only player that the Cleveland Browns is saying that other teams is calling regarding availability is Shedeur Sanders. What's that telling y'all? That means they realize they made a mistake. I'm going to say it with my chest. That means they realized that they made a mistake by not drafting Shedeur Sanders last year. Let me keep going because it's the lunch special and I want to go ahead. I got one more team to look over and it's only been 36 minutes. But I read the Rams restructure Myles contract. Well, that's good. That is good. But consider if they didn't restructure that, he was going to lose $20 million this year. So that is good. That is good. But yeah, if Shedeur Sanders go to the 49ers, he's definitely going to get treated better. He's definitely going to have a better culture. But them taxes, and y'all, Shedeur Sanders is only making what, 1.6, 1.4 this year? They're going to eat that up. Shedeur Sanders may bring home, oh gosh, what, 500? Because Cam Newton always said cut it in half by 50%. Damn, $650,000, $500,000 that Shedeur Sanders, and that was before he went to California. God, and I think so. Oh Lord, I don't want to talk about it. Hey, how you doing? Hey, thank you, Evelyn, for staying double vested up with me. We only got one more team, then I'm gonna let y'all go. So that was the report cards, and thank you so much, Lady E, Justine, CJ, and Evelyn for everything and all the encouragement and the prayers that y'all give me behind the scenes. Thank you so much for all of your love. And Mel, and Diane. Thank you. And there's been some vegetables behind the scene. All of you investors that's contacted me behind the scenes, thank you so much. Thank you. If I haven't called your name, thank you. You know who you are, Bridges. You know who you are. Now let's go over the last team. Now, if Shedeur Sanders go, and so we've already covered the Jets, 29th overall in the league. Woo! We already covered the 49ers. They're 8th overall in the league. And if he has a kid, he only got to pay $20 per kid for daycare. That's it. Now, let's go over the Arizona Cardinals. And before I end this live, if you want me to come back tomorrow and look at some other teams, go ahead and put in the comments what teams you want me to review tomorrow, because it could be some other teams. So if you want me to do what I'm doing today regarding another team besides the Jets, the 49ers, and the Cardinals, put it in the chat. Now let's go ahead and look over the Arizona 2025 Arizona report card, right? Look at this, y'all. They worse than the Cleveland Browns. They are 32nd. So I misspoke when I brought up the Arizona Cardinals, yesterday or the day before. I misspoke. No, they at the bottom of the barrel. The Arizona Cardinals, if Shedeur Sanders go to the Arizona Cardinals, let's look at it and see exactly what he would be faced with, because 32 out of 32, you can't get no worse than that. Overall, the Arizona Cardinals finished at the bottom of this year's report card rankings. Remember, these report cards came out in January of this year. Oh my gosh, look at this right here. The top concern for many players is the need for an updated, modernized, and expanded team facility. Nearly every space within the facility is described as too small, especially the team's locker room. So if Shedeur Sanders get traded to the Arizona Cardinals, this is what he'll be walking into. Many players also highlighted non-constructional related improvements that would enhance their workplace conditions, such as an upgraded food program with more variety and higher quality offerings, as well as pre-game sideline passes for the family. What's wrong with these teams? These NFL teams, they expect these players to maintain their body. At the house, I can understand that, but you mean to tell me that these teams are not providing adequate substance food for the players to eat on? When asked what the team does best, many players praise head coach Jonathan Gannon for fostering a strong team culture. Okay, so this is what Shedeur Sanders would be walking into. So at least it's a bright side of this. Treatment of family, D+. Food, D-. Nutrition, B. Locker room, F-. That's worse than the Cleveland Browns. Training room, D-. Training staff, C. Weight room, F. That's worse than the Cleveland Browns. Strengthening coach, C-. Team travel, B. Better than the Cleveland Browns. Head coach, A. Definitely better than Kevin Stefanski. And team ownership, D-. So in terms of rankings, we got the 29th, 30th, 22nd, 32nd, 32nd, 31st, 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 20th, 8th, and 30. And we're going to keep saying 31st, 31st, 32nd, 32nd, 32nd. That's how bad the Arizona Cardinals is. We don't want them definitely to go to Arizona Cardinals. No. So I'm going to go back to the comments. And hey, like I said, if you want me to do another review on some other teams tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday, over here at Tony Talks Vested Up Compelling Sports. Let me go ahead. Oh, you want me to go ahead and pull up the, let's see here. Just come back and talk about anything you like. I have never left. Mail. I'm coming back. I remember this off the top of my head. Let me go ahead. And I go ahead and pull it up right now, right here, Gemini. Because Gemini, you double vested too. I'm gonna say there's a lot of my vestors that's double vested up. Here we go, Cleveland Browns. You asked for it. Gemini. Here we go. Oh, please go to Well Off Media and watch Pro Bowler Shedeur and teaching the quarterback. I sure will. I definitely will. I promise you I will. Oh, speaking of that, y'all. Hold on. Here's a break. Ooh, y'all know how I love defensive edge rushers, y'all. Y'all know I love a good defensive edge rusher. That's why it's called Tony Talks Vested Up Compelling Sports Edge. I told y'all about that naming convention. Y'all, look what Coach Prime just got in his arsenal. Look at what Coach Prime just got. Come on with it.
In Colorado just got a dynamic edge rusher. Drew Sapp from Lakeland High School committed to the Buffs after racking up 28 tackles for loss and 13 sacks as a junior. Coach Prime told Sapp on his official visit that he was hand-selected because of his physicality and violence. Keep a close eye on Drew Sapp during his senior season and when he's rocking that black and gold.
Come on with it.
Coach Prime in Colorado just got a dynamic edge rusher. Drew Sapp from Lakeland High School committed to the Buffs after racking up 28 tackles for loss and 13 sacks as a junior. Coach Prime told Sapp on his official visit that he was hand-selected because of his physicality and violence. Keep a close eye on Drew Sapp during his senior season and when...
Come on! The next time I do a Shedeur Sanders segment, I need Coach Dre in here. To talk about Drew Sapp, that dynamic hand-picked edge rusher that Coach Prime just picked up. Hand-picked. Come on with it. Now, Detroit, Gemini, here you go, sweetie. Hey, Amber, thank you so much for all of the love that you do. Thank you for everything. I see it in the comments. Thank you so much for all of your love. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Everybody. Here we go. Thank you. I know I missed you. All right, here go to Gemini. So the Cleveland Browns record for 2025 was 30th overall. Yes, 30th. And you know that Kevin Stefanski, his rating was in here, so that's probably what, well, I ain't gonna assume nothing. Let's just go ahead. The Cleveland Browns ranked 30 in the report cards. They made a significant improvement by building a top-of-the-line weight room this past offseason. Y'all, we saw the locker room they just did after week 18, okay? Addressing a major issue from previous years. However, the locker room remains the number one problematic issue for players, with over 7 in 10 players reporting that it was too small, ranking 31st of 32 teams. Now, when Casey Concepcion and Spencer Fano went into the locker room, I know y'all look past them, right? They have revamped the whole entire locker room. And they didn't do that just to trade Shedeur Sanders. That's why I think Tony Grossi, it was clickbait and it got out of hand. Because, y'all, they revamped that locker rooms look gorgeous. Man, they did that for Shedeur Sanders. I don't care. When players responded to the survey, they felt that the training room was understaffed. But after the survey was completed by players, 2 additional hires have since improved this situation. In addition to the issues with the locker rooms, players expressed concerns about poor time management, Kevin Stefanski, poor time management, Kevin Stefanski, and a lack of culture, Kevin Stefanski, accountability, Kevin Stefanski, and standards within the organization. Now, why? And I'm glad. Thank you, Gemini. I definitely bring this up. So remember, Todd Monken, he came in with a zero tolerance policy for accountability, because he looked at their report cards. Y'all, the NFL don't want us to look at these report cards because they won the grievance against the NFLPA because they said they shouldn't have aired the NFL's dirty laundry. But these coaches, and I'm glad Coach Todd Monken went in and said, let me look at the report card, because this is what Todd Monken has already improved. Lack of culture. They got culture now. They got leadership. Do you see the energy that's coming out of the screen regarding all the players? They have accountability now. That's what Todd Monken has done for the team and the standards within the organization. There is no play no more. Even Jerry Jeudy said he's being held accountable. That's why I think Tony Rizzo or whoever this was, they wanted to cause a stir for whatever reason. Because Todd Monken has looked at this report card. He has improved everything. And Shedeur Sanders is sitting right there. Let's keep going. All right, treatment of family, D+. They sitting out in the tents. The only family member that was up in that box was Deion Sanders and Kurrueche. That was it. But they should have, like the 49ers have, a family room, right? Food and dining, C-. Nutrition, B+. Locker room, F-. So, okay, the locker room is F-. But now, it's definitely an A++ because it's revamped. Okay, this was 2025 when Kevin Stefanski was still there. Training room, D+. Training staff, C-. Weight rooms, A. Coaching staff, B+. Team travel, D. Head coach, C. They lied on that. That should have been an F. And team ownership, C+. And regarding rankings, you got 28, 26, 26, 31st, 32nd. Training staff, 8th, 19, 28, 30, and 22nd. So that was the Cleveland Browns report card for 2025 when Kevin Stefanski was there. Now, I hope the Cleveland Browns, especially when Shedeur Sanders is still there this year, next year, even though the NFLPA cannot release nobody's report card next year, I hope the Cleveland Browns, because they know we watching, especially if Shedeur Sanders is there, we want to know what is behind the scenes. And I hope they release their own report card to give us something that we could talk about. And y'all, I can see 8, you know, minus the, you know, if the building is old, it's only so much they can do, but at least they can remodel it. And with that money, they have gotten off Shedeur Sanders, because each team has got at least $460 million just for streaming revenues, right? And the jersey sales and the attention. You mean to tell me that the Cleveland Browns may suck the air out of all of Cleveland? All of the signing autographs, the signing graphing parties, and all of that. You mean that to tell me that the Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslem and James Wood, you know, like you, they would suck the air out of the community? Something that they only had for what? We talking about less than a year? They can't be that evil. God dang, they can't be that evil. Oh, let me go to the comments. I'm gonna let you go because it's lunchtime. It's lunchtime. Oh yeah, it's almost over. Hey Sharon, you're welcome. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you so much. Mel, what's up? Oh, okay. So next year draft in DC, I need to look into that. And that's when they said, basically, that's when the NFL they wrote Sourcement and said, maybe you look out next year in the 2027 draft, but not no NFL supplemental draft. Yeah, I'm being petty. And he's talking about he's about to sue. Yes, the president lobbed to get it there, I believe, Sharon. Okay. Y'all, Jason Lloyd is lying again, talking about Shedeur. Oh gosh, I just had a spasm. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to do that. Oh my God, I just had a spasm. Listen, Big Bull was about to cry the other day, and Jason Lloyd now is coming out. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to spaz out like that when I saw that. Amber, don't do that. No. Oh my God, Jason Lloyd got issues. Hey, what's up, Ron? Tell that. Hey, Ron, tell that. Make sure you go out and tell Coach Dre I will be looking for him this weekend because I'm going to do 2 lives this weekend, one on Shedeur Sanders, one on the other topic. But I need to hear Coach Dre review of Drew Sapp, who is the new edge rusher that signed up for the Colorado Buffaloes. That boy looked good. That boy was knocking them big bodies down. That joker got 13 sacks by himself, and I think it was 30 sacks for total for yards lost. That boy looked good. Okay, that boy looked good. I'll play that again for everybody that missed it. Exactly. Now, Rizzo said he meant only if... Man, are you serious? Are you serious? Now, Rizzo is saying he meant only if Deshaun become the... Vestas, you know I love you. So he did a Mary Kay Cabot. So Tony Rizzo, he did a Mary Kay Cabot. Lord have mercy. He did a Mary Kay Cabot. You know what, Tony Grossi? God dang. You did a Mary Kay Cabot. God dang it. The teams are either calling or not. I'm so sick of them. So Amber, and to the Vestas. I would be surprised if teams was not calling for Shedeur Sanders because we know who Shedeur Sanders is. I would be surprised if teams were not calling for Shedeur Sanders. And if they're looking at the Cleveland Browns and basically saying, why is this even a discussion? I'm pretty sure they are calling. But the way that Tony Rizzo, he should have just said it like that. He should have just said it exactly how I said it. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if teams are calling for a Shedeur Sanders since the Cleveland Browns can't make up their mind regarding the quarterback competition. You see how I did that? And they just came off the dome. That's how he should have worded it. But the way that he worded it, it made it seem like, man, they was knocking on the door and that people was about to, sign some paperwork. So right now, we're just going to hold still. We're going to stand by for either which way. And now I'm glad I still did my due diligence. Y'all see exactly the 3 teams that is rumored that Shedeur Sanders may go to if this thing is even have legs, right? Because ESPN was reporting it, Mel Kiper, everybody was reporting it, Nightcap, everybody with Debo and Joe, Joe got stuck on camera. That's how bad it was for Joe. He went crazy. And just to know that Tony Grossi probably made this up. Rizzo, both of them, Tony Grossi, Rizzo, they both horrible now, okay? Oh gosh. So Rizzo tried to backtrack. Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. You know what? Somebody from the Browns picked up that phone and said, what in the hell are you doing? Hey, why are we getting these calls? We got 5 weeks off. Everybody's trying to enjoy the vacation before training camp, and you want to start up this hornet's nest. Ain't nobody gonna let no Shedeur Sanders go. What you doing? Y'all, they should put him on probation. I think somebody from the Browns called him out. Thank you. Oh my gosh, them people on vacation. And now Shedeur Sanders hearing this rumor. Now the Coach Prime hearing this like, whoa. I just praised these people. That's why I led with this article when Coach Prime praised them people. You got me calling them these people now. When Coach Prime praised these people. May 15th. I said, well, why would they do Coach Prime like that? Why would they do Shedeur Sanders like that? Not Tony Boy. Well, I'm saying, Lord have mercy. Rizzo, Mary KK, Grossy are nothing but liars, clout chasers, clowns to eat people, not, oh my God. Well, we did our homework. If this thing has any legs, we did our homework. And for all of the players that's at the Jets and the Cardinals, we're going to send up a prayer to you over here at Tony Talks Vested Up, because now we see what you going through. You can't even get adequate food and servings, dietitian needs. You can't even get that addressed. We praying for you, Cardinals and Jets. Oh my gosh. Why would they trade away? Right? Why would they trade away their money maker? That's the money maker. The Browns were taking calls last year about 144 and Andrew sent Flacco. Thank you. Why would they trade Shedeur Sanders this year when they was calling last year for Shedeur? Let's not forget. And he said, oh, you can have Flacco, but you can't have Shedeur Sanders. Matter of fact, remember, y'all, around the trade deadline, last year it was November the 4th. This year it is November the 10th. People was even sneaking behind, hey, is Shedeur available? Is Shedeur available? They's like, you can't have Shedeur. That's why they put that label on him, emergency quarterback. Remember? Emergency quarterback. Even though he was on the practice squad, emergency quarterback. Because now we know when they go on that practice squad, somebody can come pick them up. You got to work out a deal because they practice squad. But that's why he was emergency quarterback. They knew not to let him go last year. They even made up emergency quarterback label. And you mean to tell me Shedeur Sanders will either be quarterback 1 or 2, and rumors came out that they was going to trade Shedeur Sanders, Tony Rizzo. You should be ashamed of yourself. Did you not pay attention how we ate up Mary Kay Cabot, and now you taking something out of her playbook? Man, get out of here. Get out of here. That's right. Sent Flacco to the Bengals, and I wonder, oh, Lord, Tony, I love your passion. Black Diamond. The people, thank you for that, Black Diamond. Tony, I love your passion and your will to keep putting out very accurate content. Peace and blessings to all of your investors. Thank you so much, Black Diamond. How do these people have millions and right? How do these people have millions and billions and not feeding people properly? The teams, yeah, the Jets, the Cardinals, and y'all, I'm pretty sure they're not the only teams. The Cleveland Browns. Because what the Cleveland Browns got, I still got it here, what the Cleveland Browns got to see. All of these teams, they should at least, with head coach, food, and nutrition, medical staff, training staff, should have A's. Matter of fact, all the categories should have A's. Here are the categories: treatment of families, food, nutrition, locker room, training staff, weight room, strengthening coach, team travel, head coach, and team ownership. How hard is it to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 categories right? How hard you are multi-billionaires, and you mean to tell me for 11 categories, most of those categories deal with the players that you play millions to, and you can't give them adequate a head coach, team travel, weight room, training staff, strengthening coach, food? Come on with it. Lord Jesus, you right, Amber. Even the other Cleveland media folks was calling it. Thank you. Big Bull was about to spaz out up there. Even he thought that the rumor was true. Big Bull was going crazy. And now Jason Lloyd, now that they know that Tony Grosset made that up, or Rizzo made that up, now he's still talking about Shedeur Sanders is the locker room issue. That man crazy. Yeah, Shedeur was the emergency quarterback because someone would have got him off the practice squad so quick. Yes, people always said Rizzo was just as shady as the other one. See what I'm saying? And they give Tony's the bad name. Sure did, emergency quarterback. Right. They giving Tony's bad name. Man, good Lord have mercy. All right, investors. I said this was a lunch special, and I just hit that hour mark. Okay, investors. Okay. So if you're just coming in, please go back and watch the beginning of the video. Please, before you leave the video, go ahead and hit like button. Like. So the algorithm can continue to push my Shedeur Sanders content out there. And as you see, even though I'm double vested in the world, I'm still doing my homework regarding Shedeur Sanders, and I still care about him just like I cared about him on day one. But God, Tony Rizzo, everybody should be looking at you crazy. All them hotels I talked about, all of the food vendors that was preparing for their livelihoods this year, all of the fans that was already bought tickets. They released the tickets when? In May? What about all the fans that bought the tickets? Did you see how you stirred up this? People are spending their good, hard money on merchandise, on tickets, hotel rooms and stuff when the schedule came out. And you want to do this to people? People, listen, we already in an economic, financial hardship, and you want to stir up something for some clickbait. See, that's why you'll never get clickbait over here. If I can't tell you that something's right, I'm not going to tell it at all, or I'm going to give a disclaimer and say, this is my opinion, because I understand who we are. We are dealing in economic hardship times. This country is crazy. Food is high, insurance is high, gas is high, everything is high. And Tony Rizzo want to stir up this and don't care about the people that's actually maybe listening to you. Oh my gosh, you mean to tell me $2,000 gone down the drain and now they're gonna go ahead and trade Shedeur Sanders? Do you know how many people that Tony Rizzo put in panic because he made up that clickbait, if it's clickbait? But now, since you said that he tried to change it up, oh my gosh, all money is not good money. All titles are not good money. All thumbnails is not good money. Just have some integrity about your own work, Cleveland. Even Mary Kay has learned. Don't play with the headlines and the titles. Just report what you got to report. People is still going to click. Matter of fact, I ain't helping them no more. It is what it is. All right, investors. Good Lord, smash the like button. Yes, Emma, Rizzo and ISA flip-flop, following script. He playing good cop, bad cop. Y'all, go ahead. This was just a lunch special and teaser. Please go ahead and enjoy your day. Now we can rest that this whole thing was just a lie. Why this country always lying? They lie about everything. God dang. All right, investors. Hey, what's up, Lady PC? And thank you too for being double vested. The live is ended, but please go back and watch the replay. All right, investors. So until next time, I'm mad because of what just happened. So sorry, you coming in with the wrong energy. I'm sorry. But until next time, make sure you go to get your notes, your drink, and your vest. And stay vested up over here, 365 degrees at Tony Talks Vested Up. Lady PC, you just came in at the wrong time. I was fussing about Tony Rizzo, okay? He done started this whole damn loud. All right, enjoy your day. Yes. Okay, thank you, Amber. Thank you, lady. Thank you. I'll see you next time.